Okay, who wants to go next? You want to go next? Go ahead. Yeah, just put it close. Yeah, but
I've been to Vista Maria foster care. I was in there in 2008, 2009. When I first got there, I was told that it would help me. I didn't expect to experience the horror that I experienced there. I did not only deal with physical, mental, and emotional abuse, but I also dealt with sexual abuse. I want to explain why I'm doing this in case there's anybody else that went through what we all went through. I want them to speak up and know that we're not alone. After I got out of Vista Maria, I was placed in there twice. After they covered up everything, they released me back to my mother, and she was still very much on substance abuse. And unfortunately, I was placed back into Vista Maria 3 months later into a different building. Still to this day, I struggle with trust issues, especially towards men, for what I experienced. It was the most horrifying experience I've ever dealt with. I was placed into a lot of places in foster care, and nothing can compare to the hell that I was placed in Vista Maria. They didn't care what we went through. They didn't believe us. I want to know that if there's anybody out there that has dealt with any type of abuse, that they're not alone, to speak up, because your voice deserves to be heard. I hope that this experience can heal me for once, because still to this day, I'm not the same Michelle that I was before I placed in there. I felt numb and dead for a long time. I was too scared to even come forward to this because I am still terrified of the person that did that to me. I didn't get justice. I didn't get help that I needed. Now I'm finally getting the help that I need. And this is the reason why I'm doing this, is so they can get justice. We all can get justice. And so that Vista Maria knows that we're not going to quit till justice is actually served.
excellent statement. If you don't mind asking me, how old were you when you went to Vista Maria?
I was 14 years old.
You were 14 years old. Here's what you guys are not going to hear. If you were to hear that a 28-year-old man or female committed a crime and went to prison, and then they were sexually assaulted in that prison, would any of us in our society think that's okay? No. Even though they're an adult, none of us would think that that's okay. But these girls were babies. They were the most vulnerable people in our society. And the majority of them did nothing to cause themselves to go there. They were abandoned, and they went there, and they were minors. They were vulnerable young women. So even if an adult were to go to a prison and be sexually assaulted, none of us would think that that's okay. But these were young, vulnerable females who did nothing wrong, who went to Vista Maria, and they got treatment that all of us would find repulsive.